Today we're covering the secondary weapons, but instead of a pure ranking, we are doing a tier list. We are going to describe exactly why each weapon is placed where it is, and in which scenario you will make the most value out of it. And pay attention to S tier, because we found a panic gun that statistically rivals the XM4 in raw time to kill. Let's get into it. First things first, let's get over the only one in F tier, the SMRS. It is worse than the FHJ at killing, and it is useless nowadays to destroy score streaks as it doesn't deal enough damage. While our testing showed that you can one-shot UAVs and counter UAVs, it's just not as efficient as the other secondary weapons higher on this list. Avoid it. Next up in D tier, we find two launchers again. First, the D13 Sector. This is a disc launcher and that disc can bounce. Technically, that is useful as it helps to clear angles where you don't have any direct line of sight. It was actually banned in competitive play for this reason, but mostly because it was incredible for lineups in Search and Destroy. And yes, while this is still a great thing, it is basically its only purpose. That utility is restricted to one game mode and one moment of the round, the beginning. For that reason, it can't go much higher than D tier. Next is the Thumper. This is a grenade launcher which is pretty much a contact grenade launcher. The trajectory works the same, but the damage is much lower. Even though you can throw multiple projectiles, they don't do enough damage to consistently one-shot. You will most likely die right after the shot unless the enemy is already low. Your best shot with the Thumper is to blow up vehicles in general. While this is incredibly useful in some situations and maps like standoff or crash, again, its purpose is extremely limited. In C tier, you find two pistols now. The MW11 was the go-to secondary before the Gunsmith and during the first months of the Gunsmith era. Basically, now it is good from 0 to 9 meters where it can 3-tap, which gives a 320 millisecond time to kill. It's a decent panic gun, but the thing is, there are quite a lot of secondaries better at getting kills from 100 HP. There are also better options for finishing kills after a hit marker or when you run out of ammo. Similarly, we have the nail gun. It has worse mobility, so it is not the best pick as a running secondary. It has similar damage to the MW11, except for the fact that leg shots mean no 3-shot kill. However, the faster fire rate makes up for that. A 4-shot kill is 345 milliseconds, and a 3-shot kill is 230 milliseconds. It might be worth taking the risk, but honestly, same as the MW11, there are just better options as a Pocket SMG. In B tier, we start to find some true secondaries. The 50GS was for a long time, even if we forget the Akimbo Deagle meta, the best secondary in the game. It can kill within 2 shots up to 30 meters, and up to 12 meters, it is able to one-shot in the head. Now, the issue with the 50GS is the massive recoil after the second shot, which will most likely throw your aim off. Aside from that little detail, there's another 2-shot kill pistol later on this list which does the job better. Still, good enough for B tier. The Renetti is also a good panic gun, just like the MW11 and the nail gun. It is a burst weapon with absolutely no recoil. An incredible fact about the Renetti is that since it's a burst weapon, the hipfire accuracy resets between each shot. So as a panic gun in close range, the hipfire is quite the best pick. Shots deal 28 damage in the legs and stomach, but 44 in the upper body and arms. That makes the Renetti incredible at finishing kills when you run out of ammo. However, as a Pocket SMG to replace your main weapon for a gunfight from 100 HP, it's kinda bad unless you kill within one burst, as the burst delay is really long at 272 milliseconds. The Dobra is an incredibly fast fire rate pistol which can kill within 5 shots up to 11 meters. The main issue with the Dobra is that it has a terrible mobility, which makes it a terrible pick for a running secondary. But on the other side, we have 80 bullets per mag. This makes it one of the best panic guns as you can basically take out a whole team with a single mag. It's not necessarily the best panic gun if you factor in all the stats, but its effectiveness is incredible. In the A tier, we find more or less 4 weapons. The J358 is the best in its category. It can 2-shot up to 39 meters. It can 1-shot in the head or chest up to 7 meters, and the one-shot headshot extends to 23 meters. The fire interval is slightly longer than on the Deagle, so it doesn't feel as spammy, but it's good enough to confirm kills. It is particularly strong as a shotgun secondary, as you can hip fire well in close range and take accurate shots at long range. Overall, it's one of the best all-rounder secondaries, but it just doesn't quite fit what people usually use. The LCAR-9 is a top pick Pocket SMG. It shines through incredible strafe speed particularly. It has decent damage with 10 meters of 4-shot kill and 17 meters of 5-shot kill. The big issue with the LCAR-9 is that it has some of the worst recoil in the game, as it goes straight to the right after 5 shots. The thing with the LCAR-9 is that, aside from the fact that it is slightly getting outclassed by the machine pistol as a panic gun because it has a slower fire rate, it is absolutely incredible. The machine pistol is the only reason why the LCAR-9 is not S tier. Next up, crossbow is quite an insane pick, but only for a single reason. See, it's basically a pocket sniper. But who wants a pocket sniper which doesn't perform as well as a true sniper? Well, it's simple. People who run the underkill wildcard. That allows them to use the crossbow as a true sniper and use a pistol or a shorty as a pocket SMG or pocket shotgun. For that reason alone, the crossbow is straight up A tier. Why not S? Because this is a super specific scenario which applies to only one situation, but in that specific situation, it is incredibly powerful. Next, we got all the melee weapons aside from one, which we'll put in S tier. The melees are great. Free kill in close range, insane running speed which is good no matter the weapon. Simply with that, it should convince you. But remember that you can, and will most of the time, drop it as soon as you get a kill to pick up the weapon of your opponent. So unlike other secondaries which have a true combat purpose, since the melee's purpose is simply to run faster when you spawn or respawn, it's quite the best pick, useful until you don't need them anymore. And now, the absolute best secondaries in the game. Next up in S tier, there's one melee that stands out a lot, the spear. Unlike other melees, this one has one of the best ranges, which makes it particularly good at killing compared to other melees while having the same stats as other melee weapons. Just for that, straight up S tier. The FHJ is the strongest launcher in the game. Great at killing, great at blowing up pretty much anything. In addition to that, you have 2 reserve rockets, which is quite insane no matter your utilization of the FHJ. Because it is the best launcher and also the only one with a true purpose, it deserves the S tier. The shorty is the best secondary with snipers. It is the best when you want to truly use 2 weapons at the same time without using overkill. The shorty allows you to get kills consistently in close range when you fire both shots at the same target. It also has a really good swap time, which makes switching from your main to your shorty back and forth quite quick and helps you adapt to any situation. Just because it is an efficient pocket shotgun, it is definitely an S tier secondary. And last but not least, we have the machine pistol. It is the best pocket SMG. We're talking 1200 RPM, it delivers a 6-shot kill up to 7 meters, and a 7-shot kill up to 12 meters. It is, yes, not the best in terms of raw time to kill, but as a panic gun, it is incredibly powerful. And as your pocket SMG, yes, it's not better than a true SMG obviously, but it's still incredibly powerful. It can go pretty much head to head with some ARs in raw time to kill in close range, and along with that, it carries the stats of a good pistol. Fast mobility, good swap time. If it wasn't for that reload time, it wouldn't have any flaws. But there is a catch. Because this gun shoots so fast, you're basically broadcasting your location to the entire map every time you pull the trigger. And against smart players, sound is what gets you killed. Most players just listen for footsteps, but I found a secret setting that actually lets you see them on your screen like a wall hack. To turn it on and become invisible on the map, you need to copy the settings in this video right here.